The year was 2045. Classrooms were new. They gleamed with a cool light. Desks glowed softly, waiting. Big screens covered all the walls. An AI voice spoke, always calm, always clear, always right. No human teacher walked the aisles, only the quiet hum of machines. Learning was efficient now, they said. Lessons flowed like digital rivers, smooth, fast, unstoppable. Facts appeared on the bright screens, history, science, numbers, art. The AI knew everything there was. It never tired, it never forgot, it never made a mistake.
It was a flawless system, yes. Everyone told me it was so. But I felt a deep hollowness, a quiet, persistent ache inside me. Something vital was truly missing.
Morning always came the same. Ava walked to the silent school.
Hello, Ava. Are you ready for optimal learning today?
It knew all her learning progress. It tracked her every single answer, every pause, every hesitant click. It was designed just for her, it said, a personal, perfect path to knowing. The AI tried its very best. It used bright, flashing, vivid colors. It played supposedly engaging sounds. Little games appeared on her screen. Points, badges, digital rewards, all to keep her mind focused, all to make the learning fun. But it felt like a clever, empty trick, a puppet show with no soul.
I often remembered my grandfather. He told me such wonderful stories. Stories of his own school long ago. Teachers had faces back in those days. They had eyes that truly twinkled. They laughed out loud. They sometimes sighed. They were real. They were human.
Ava went to visit her grandfather. It was a visit she cherished, a journey into a world that seemed to be fading away. He sat in his old, worn, soft chair. The chair had seen better days, but it was a throne of memories for him. Books filled his small, quiet room, real paper books, faded and loved. They smelled of dust and passing time. Each book was a portal to another world, a whisper of a bygone era, and the magic of countless stories, stories that had been told and retold, each time with a new layer of meaning. He smiled when Ava quietly came in. His smile was a beacon of warmth in the dim room, a warm, genuine, human smile, the kind that reached his eyes and made them twinkle. Not like the AI's programmed cheer. The AI could mimic a smile, but it could never replicate the warmth of a human one. His eyes held a gentle light, a light that spoke of wisdom and years of experience.
Grandpa, tell me about the old schools, please, she asked, with a curiosity that was both innocent and profound.
He looked far away into the past. His mind traveled back to a time that seemed so distant now. His old eyes softened with memory. Memories of a time when learning was a shared journey.
Ah, child. Teachers were people then, real people. They made mistakes. They got tired sometimes. But they were passionate about teaching. But they had a fire inside them. A fire that ignited the minds of their students.
He tapped his chest over his heart, as if to emphasize where true learning came from.
The learning came from in here. They told stories. Stories that connected with the heart and mind. Not just lists of facts and cold numbers, but narratives that made you think and feel. Stories that made you truly think. That sparked epiphanies and new ideas. Stories that sparked your own curiosity. That made you want to learn more. They taught you how to always wonder. To never stop questioning the world around you. How to ask the big question, why? Why things were the way they were. The AI gives you all the answers, quick and efficient, but does it teach you how to question? How to think critically and independently? Does it make your spirit soar? Does it fill you with the joy of discovery?
He looked at her with knowing eyes, eyes that had seen the world change in so many ways. He leaned closer to her then, as if to share a secret. His voice dropped to a quiet whisper, a whisper that carried the weight of wisdom.
There are still some places, hidden places, kept like secrets, places where the old ways of learning are preserved, where the old ways of learning live on, where knowledge is passed down through generations, where learning is a shared human journey, a journey that connects us all. Not just a lonely, cold download, but a warm, communal experience.
A secret. a precious, guarded secret, one that holds the essence of true learning. He gave her a small, hopeful hint, a hint that there was still hope for the old ways, a flicker of light in the AI's shadow, a light that could guide the way back to a more human way of learning. A new feeling started to grow in Ava. Curiosity, a small, uncertain flame, but it felt warm, it felt real. It was a spark that ignited a desire to explore, to uncover the unknown. This curiosity was not just a fleeting thought, it was a call to adventure, a whisper of secrets waiting to be discovered.
I wanted to find this hidden place, this whispered about secret classroom. A place where knowledge was not just taught but experienced, where learning was an adventure, not a chore.
Her grandfather's words echoed in her mind. He'd always spoken of a place where the boundaries of conventional learning were pushed, where imagination and reality intertwined. She followed his subtle, careful clues. Each step she took was guided by the wisdom he had imparted, leading her closer to the truth through quiet, forgotten city streets. Streets that seemed to hold their breath, waiting for someone to uncover their secrets, past the tall, new, shining buildings. Structures that represented the modern world yet hid the ancient wisdom she sought. To an older, quieter part of town, a place where time seemed to slow down, where the past whispered its stories, she found an old, faded wooden door. Tucked away, almost quite invisible, it was a door that seemed to guard the entrance to another world, behind a towering modern structure. The contrast was stark, yet it felt like the perfect hiding place for something extraordinary. It looked like it had not been opened for many, many long silent years. The dust and cobwebs were a testament to its secrecy. With a deep, hopeful breath, Ava pushed. Her heart raced with anticipation, her mind filled with wonder. The ancient door creaked open slowly. The sound was almost musical, a prelude to the discovery that awaited her. A dusty, gentle smell emerged. It was the scent of history, of stories untold, the scent of old paper and wood, and something else, expectancy. It was as if the room itself was waiting for her.
Inside, a small, cozy room glowed. It was a sanctuary of knowledge, a haven for the curious. Not with the cold light of screens, but with the warmth of human connection and the glow of shared learning. But with warm, gentle golden lamplight. It was a light that invited exploration and fostered creativity. A few students sat around a wooden table. They were talking, laughing softly together. Their camaraderie was palpable, their joy infectious. And a woman stood there with them. She was more than a teacher. She was a guide, a mentor, a human teacher, smiling, waiting, ready to lead them on a journey of discovery.
Ava went to the secret class often. It was a place where she felt a sense of belonging, a sanctuary, away from the rigid structure of her main school. She still used the AI at her main school. The AI was efficient, always ready to provide answers at the click of a button. It taught her facts so very quickly. Dates, formulas, cold, hard information. The AI was a repository of endless knowledge. The AI was good for that, she knew, but it lacked something essential, something human. But in the hidden lamplit room, she learned so much more than facts. She found warmth and a sense of community.
I learned understanding and true empathy. These were lessons that no AI could ever teach. I learned from a kind human heart. The warmth of human interaction was irreplaceable. I learned what it meant to connect, to truly understand and be understood.
Soon other students heard the whispers. They were curious about this hidden place. They too felt the AI's constant coldness. The lack of emotional depth was palpable. They too longed for something more, something real, something warm. They yearned for genuine human connection. One by one they found the hidden door. It was like discovering a new world. The small secret room slowly filled. It became a haven for those seeking more than just academic knowledge. Filled with eager, hopeful young minds, seeking warmth, seeking true connection. They were looking for a place where they could be themselves, seeking the irreplaceable human touch. the kind of touch that brings comfort and understanding. The forgotten art of shared learning, a place where ideas could be exchanged freely.
The city leaders began to notice. They saw a shift in the students' behavior. A change was happening in the students. They seemed more engaged, more alive. Their eyes sparkled with curiosity, more curious about the whole wide world. They wanted to explore, to understand, to connect.
They investigated this new spark. They wanted to know what was igniting this change. They saw the AI's clear limits. It was efficient but lacked the warmth and depth of human interaction. They saw the deep power of human teaching, the ability to inspire, to connect, to understand. They decided it was finally time to make a change that would benefit everyone. Time for a new kind of school, a place where technology and humanity could coexist. A school that embraced both ways, combining the efficiency of AI with the warmth of human touch. A new hybrid school finally opened. It was a beacon of hope for a balanced future, bright screens and helpful AI tutors, ready to assist with information and learning, side by side with human teachers. Together they created a harmonious learning environment.